And as you know, this call will also be available for you to check out later in our Horizen podcast. Also, please remember to be asking your questions on Menti so we can have our regular Q&A session at the end. Without further ado, I'll pass the word now to engineering to give us to Alberto to give us the engineering updates.
Oh, thank you, Angie. Okay, so today we are going to start with a different topic. Today we just returned from a workshop in Kharkiv, Ukraine, where we met Professor Roman Olinikov and Dmitry Kailalov from the IOHK team Veritas. And the goal of the meeting was to identify the final implementation parameters that we are going to use in Mainchain for the final Zendoo implementation. But okay, what I mean for these parameters and what was the process there. So, for example, we went through the performance benches of the proof verifier that we're going to use in Mainchain. As you know, we will verify snark proofs for certificates with a custom proven system. So now we have benches that we did in the last weeks about the time taken for verifying a proof, and so and based on these, we analyzed, for example, the impacts on the block delivery time and the relative implication. And so this is a very important part. And moreover, one of the parameters that we have taken into consideration is the block size. So, I mean, the possibility to increase it. And for example, what we're going to do is, I mean, we will increase it and we will reserve a certain specific amount of space for certificates. And we also design a mechanism that, let me say, allows the creation of a specific market for certificate. So we will have a part that it will be dedicated to certificate, and this can even goes in the regular transaction part. But the regular transaction part cannot, let me say, go into the certificate side. And so this will, we analyze it, and we will have let me say, benefits in terms of market of the certificates. And finally, we were also able to estimate, given a certain scenario of existing sidechains, also the global transaction throughput that the system will be able to support. I mean, the ecosystem of transaction is going to support. I mean, the number seems very, very promising. And so currently we analyze them from a theoretical standpoint. Yeah, we will proceed now with the let me say, integration of these parameters in the current code base. And when we will have finalized the implementation of all the pieces, we will be able to perform some tests that should confirm the results that we just saw, but they're quite impressive. In addition to that, going through the parameters, I mean, in the process of going through them, we also identified 2 areas of improvement that will enhance the finality of transaction system even more usable. And another enhancement that we found will make Mainchain backward transfer request computationally extremely light from the Mainchain perspective. So this is let me say, another important thing, because we'll reduce the impact in terms of computation of the Mainchain backward transfer request. And so this is another thing that we saw and we found useful during these workshops. I mean, but these 2 last things are not going to be probably part of the first release, and we will integrate them later in a very next update. Okay, this was related the workshop we just had. Okay, let's switch very briefly to the regular updates, and as usual with Zendoo, and in particular about the Sidechain withdrawal. As mentioned last week, the final code review was already finished, and only a few changes were requested. Those changes have been applied, and we already reviewed them again and approved and merged. So these should be considered completed. So Sidechain withdrawals is also completed. Regarding the other things about Zendoo, we plan to continue with additional code reviews on the Zendoo side because many of the preceding tasks have been completed from the development perspective. And in particular, two of the next things that to be reviewed are the customizable certificate fields and the sidechain block transaction commitment tree. We will proceed with these, and meanwhile, in parallel, we are continuing with the developments of the Zendoo CCTP library. And for this, I mean first code review and interfaces in Java and C++, and the Bittrex implementation. Okay, regarding the SDK, the SDK part. Last week, I mentioned the development of two different things: the multiple certificates processing for different qualities, and the keeping track of the cumulative sidechain block transaction commitment tree. Both implementations are now done, and we are moving on with the first level of code review. And last item is proving system, and we have also finished the implementation of the segmentation, and we are now in the first level of code review phase, and we are moving on with the final Marlin proof and a sequence structure. Okay, that's probably all for today from our side. Back to you, Angie.
Continuing updates, let's continue with Jonathan to give us some of the growth updates.
Hey everybody, happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy International Women's Day for everybody out there who's celebrating. Lucy will definitely be talking more about this, but you could see in our blog that we recently announced Horizen and Sidechain partner to launch new DeFi bridge for Stzen. That's really exciting news, and we will be integrating this into the community hub. So I won't go into too many details, but basically we'll have something similar to the sweet HODL bonus for Stzen, where users who have a certain amount of Stzen will also receive bonuses on the community hub. So that'll be really exciting. We're working to build that system out, which is a little bit complicated, and hopefully we'll have that launched shortly. In addition to that, we're also entering the final stages of our infrastructure improvements. We hope to have everything finalized by Wednesday, within 2 days, and then have a couple of days for testing. But once that's done, everything should be running a lot smoother, a lot better uptime, and a lot faster load times for all of our pages. And that's about it for me. Back to you, Angie. Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. Let's continue with Kaspars to give us the BD updates.
Thank you, Angie. Hi, everyone. A bit longer update from my side, but this is because I believe this is a big and exciting day for BD, and really, I believe for the whole Horizen community. And the reason is twofold. So I'll start with the Sidechain Partnerships. So there we have another announcement scheduled for this week, an interesting one. And I'm glad to say that we were able to sign another MOU with the project that is first looking to integrate Stzen into its application and then explore sidechains for the privacy features and also tokenization capabilities for the future. But really, the reason why I'm so excited and pumped today is something that we've been teasing you for the last few weeks. And Johnson already mentioned, this is the important integration partnership we have announced today with Stakehound, a liquid staking provider. And let me explain a little bit more detail why this is so big for us. and the community. So the partnership with Stakehound will enable the creation of a wrapped Zen token called Stzen through Stakehound's platform. So this Stzen token essentially will be an ERC20 token running on Ethereum, fully backed one-to-one by real Zen that is staked in supernodes and earns rewards for the holders. So anyone exchanges that we're going to be looking to launch Stzen on. This will allow these users to earn Zen node rewards just by holding the token without having to set up and run nodes yourself. While at the same time, this token will be freely transferable across Ethereum's DeFi ecosystem, providing opportunities to earn additional rewards. So really a win-win for our community, Zen holders and users. And we're also looking that this project will attract new users and partners from Ethereum to our ecosystem as well. So to reassure our community, this token will not increase the supply of Zen. The Stzen will be similar to how a wrapped Bitcoin works, in a way that it will be always backed one-to-one by real Zen. And also important, I want to just clarify that currently Stzen is not yet available on Ethereum's mainnet. That is expected in late March. Meanwhile, everyone is encouraged to test Stzen on Ethereum's Ropsten network, testnet, while we work toward the mainnet and develop exciting integration partnerships across Ethereum's DeFi landscape. For more information on this important partnership and Stzen, please head to our blog on horizen.io to learn more. Also, we have really lively discussion going on in Discord on Stzen channel, so head over there if you have any questions or comments. Many of them will already be probably answered, otherwise we'll be happy to engage with you all. And lastly, Lucy will, from the marketing team, will be providing more details on this call about the upcoming marketing and growth initiatives leading up to the live launch that we expect to make a big splash. Thank you all for listening, and that's it from me today. Back to you, Angie. Really excited about this.
Awesome. Great news. And thank you, Kaspars. Let's continue with Lucy to give us the marketing updates.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. So, well, the biggest news, obviously, is our latest partnership with Stakehound. Kaspars already, just explained why it's such big news. And congrats to the BD team. This is something that they have worked on for a long time, and it's really a huge deal for the Horizen ecosystem, and will bring a lot of additional benefits to our community and all the Zen holders. So you can read our official announcement for details, and then I'm sure our community will have a lot of questions about this partnership. About Stzen, we already seen a lot of questions in our the new channel here on Discord, Stzen. So join the conversation. And for this reason, also, many people are excited and curious about Stzen. So we are going to host a joint AMA with Stakehound on our YouTube channel. So Rob and Stakehound CEO Albert will be answering all your questions during the live AMA. And as usual, we will collect questions from community on social media. The AMA is this Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. That's 3 p.m. UTC. And meanwhile, join the conversation in our Stzen channel here on Discord. And then Stzen will also soon be listed on SushiSwap and decentralized exchange. And before that, user can try Stzen on testnet. Kaspars mentioned that too. Our partner Stakehound just published a step-by-step tutorial of how to do that. If you're new to this is a good way to practice, so you will be ready when Stzen is listed. And Jonathan already also mentioned about Stzen integration on Hub, so that's really exciting. Additional ways for users to earn extra rewards, and there will also be more exciting promotions coming up. So stay tuned for more. And this is just the announcement itself is just a first step. And I mentioned AMA. We announced an announcement with a partnership with IOTA last week, and we are still going to do AMA with them. So stay tuned for the schedules and make sure that you'll be there for that exciting announcement as well. And then we are working on more announcement releases this week and then the coming weeks too. So many exciting news. Very excited. And lastly, happy International Women's Day for everyone who's celebrating and all the women's. Amazing. Thank you. Back to you, Angie.
Awesome. Thank you, Lucy. Let's continue with Rosario for product and engineering updates.
Hey, Angie. Hey, everyone. I'm so excited to hear all the latest news that Alberto brought from Kiev. Very wonderful, and also wonderful to hear about the Stzen availability bridge with the Ethereum ecosystem. All right, so we continue meeting with vendors that will be performing the third-party audit of Zen2 and its cryptographic pieces, and actually just ended one that was very good. So I'm so excited that we are at this phase of our project that we are actually looking at third-party auditors to look at our massive code base that we are going to be transitioning to the main chain after all of the testing is complete. Over the weekend, we were working on auto cycle issue to Sphere, so we'll be providing you updates and just additional information on how to upgrade your Sphere wallet. But special thank you to the support volunteers for highlighting the issue, and Chronic and Gustavo, and of course Paulo for taking a look at it. From a Horizen Labs perspective, we are hiring and we continue to expand our team. So I'm looking forward to this expansion and a new focus for the product team. So more to come, and I'll post the link here so you could take a look at the roles. And if you're interested, looking forward to hearing from you. From a Celsius side, the cryptographic piece is complete by Daniele, and so thank you to the Proving System team and engineering team for supporting this. And Paolo will be doing the integration later this week. So the sidechain is set to be complete this week, and we'll just need so we are on track for that. For our game chain, the game developer is making significant progress towards the integration of the sidechain library with Unity and testing the game. So we are running into some minor issues with our nodes that we are working on, and that's all working in parallel. We've had great progress in terms of the Explorer. So this is something that's not discussed, but it is a critical component to our delivery. So we have the Explorer modifications on the main chain are complete now, and we'll be moving to the main chain Explorer and completing the design for the sidechain Explorer. And saving the best for last, I'd like to introduce Anna Julia, who has recently joined our team, the PM team. She is located in Milan with our engineering team. Anna Julia, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, Rosario, for the nice introduction, and happy Monday, everyone. I will be brief on this occasion. So, as mentioned, my name is Anna Giulia, and I'm from Milan, even if I grew up in Verona. I studied engineering at Politecnico di Milano, both for my bachelor and for my master's. On my graduation year, I moved to New York, where I conducted research at Columbia University in the engineering department. But after a while, I came back to Milan, where I have been working as a project manager for the past 2 years. So this is briefly my background. I just want to add that I am very, very excited to be part of Horizen, and that I can't wait to contribute to the development of the company's goals and projects. Thank you so much. Back to you, Rosario.
Thank you, Anna Julia, and I'm very happy to have you as part of our team. All right, that is it for now. So thank you.
Thank you, Rosario, and welcome, Anna Julia. And now let's welcome Rob for the final part in Q&A session.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Angie. Okay, so a lot going on. First of all, happy International Women's Day to our team, community, and all those we care about. And did you guys catch the little tidbit that Rosario mentioned about Celsius Phase 1 sidechain nearing completion. It's kind of a big deal. Really pumped for that one. And the other thing not to miss here is that Sphere by Horizen is undergoing a bug fix right now. And that release that we're going to do, we want everyone to upgrade to who uses Sphere. There will be more information on that forthcoming, but just keep that in the back of your minds. We want you to upgrade Sphere once this new release comes out. So the big item in the room here is the Stzen launch, and you've heard a bunch about it already. What I'm going to do is first of all, this is a first step for us, and I want to highlight where we're going to go with it, and more importantly, why this is such a big deal for us as an ecosystem and how we're expanding and how we're going to continue to expand into these types of products. So this is kind of an all-out project for us. We're not just signing a contract with Stakehound and just letting them go and do everything. They are a fantastic team and company and a ton of DeFi experience, but we want to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to make this a massively successful launch, because there have been other staked products, wrapped products with Stakehound that launched, but have kind of stalled. There have been others that are fantastically successful, and we are going to do everything we can to make sure we are in that category. And this is a massively successful launch. So we have multiple Horizen ecosystem entities supporting this launch. This is why we're doing a lot of communicating to you now, starting today with the releases that we're doing. And this on this call, the foundation is taking a lead in communications across the ecosystem. And then you're going to have other ecosystem players joining in and participating in the Stzen marketplace and just making sure that it's a very successful product. Our job here is to educate the community about the new product. But because this is a product in the Ethereum ecosystem, the first and most important thing we have to make sure everyone understands is Ethereum has ridiculously high gas fees right now. So this is the equivalent of a transaction fee in our world. You have gas fees in the Ethereum world. So this Stzen product, you have to think about this first and foremost when you go and enter this marketplace. And really, it is not for people that want to do small Stzen transactions. This is for people that are doing transactions that warrant the gas fees that are present on the network. We can't control that, but I want to make sure that everyone understands that, because I don't want people to go in there and lose money on gas fees without really understanding what they're doing. Okay, we are going to do a ton of education around this, and this is going to really kick into high gear when I do an AMA with Albert, the CEO of Stakehound, on Wednesday, like Lucy mentioned. Kaspersky has been managing this project kind of end to end from the inception of the idea to now delivering Stzen to the Ethereum mainnet. We're not quite there, but he's doing a fantastic job in corralling a lot of support throughout the ecosystem. We're helping on all levels, from BD to marketing to the technical infrastructure side. This is going to be a very big success for us. Now, stay tuned to the AMA. You're going to get a lot more information, and you can ask any and all of your questions directly to Albert on the AMA. We also have the great Discord channel here set up for Stzen. This is a real-time channel for us, team, community. Want to provide tips, advice for those that are familiar using Ethereum products. Please join the channel, help out. Remember, we're community-based. We need to help each other. Next I want to talk about why Stzen and not something like Renzen, because Stzen, quite clearly, we are a decentralized ecosystem, and we promote decentralization at basically everything that we do. Now, Stakehound is a company, and it's not decentralized, right? It's a company. It's a Swiss company regulated in Switzerland. We have strong confidence in the team and the company, the way they do business. But there are some important factors for why we chose this as our first DeFi product with them. So again, reiterating, Albert and his team are DeFi veterans, and they really know what they're doing. Albert himself is also a co-founder of Badger, another really hot and successful DeFi app. So he really knows what he's doing. And just the impression that we got in early conversations was, we need this type of steward to bring us into the DeFi world, someone who really knows this world inside out and has contributed to building it. And this is our partner going into it. Let's see. So also importantly, this is a rebalancing product. And what this means is that they're not just wrapping a fixed amount of Zen and releasing it into the wild and that's it. What happens is, and Casper's mentioned this, they also work with staking services so that they take Zen that's committed into STZen, they park it into nodes, and those nodes earn node rewards, right? Like normal. These node rewards, the majority of the node rewards, get flowed through to STZen holders. And this is a really important thing for us because otherwise, if we were to just go with another type of wrapped product, people would have to choose. Am I going to stake my Zen and run nodes and earn income, or will I defer, or not earn that opportunity of income, and will I just launch this other, or participate in, say, this other wrapped Zen product? We didn't want people to have to make this choice initially. Our first DeFi product leverages our strengths as an ecosystem by having a very successful masternode system. So that's why we went with STZen. So you can now earn node income simply by holding STZen. And you don't have to do any of the backend stuff with operating nodes, rebalancing your nodes, or anything like that. Let's see. So also, this is a liquid staking service. So you don't have to have a minimum of 42 Zen to participate like you normally would in secure nodes. Here, you can actually, all STZen holders get proportionately paid out the node rewards simply by holding the Ethereum token. Now, what do we get on, say, like the utility aspect here? So, okay, first and foremost, Zen holders now get to participate in DeFi, and this is a big deal. So we now have, or we will have once this hits the Ethereum mainnet, decentralized swaps for STZen into anything else in the ERC ecosystem for which pools exist. These decentralized exchanges, there are many pools out there that do swaps, and now we are going to add an STZen or a series of STZen pools. So now we'll have many swapping mechanisms. So now we can have decentralized swapping of assets in the Ethereum ecosystem. So, okay, we're not getting decentralization per se by working with, through STZen, the Stakeout product, but we're getting a lot of other decentralization and being able to do decentralized swapping of assets within the Ethereum ecosystem. So the real world has trade-offs, and this, I think, is a fantastic set of trade-offs for us as an ecosystem. Now, in DeFi, one really cool thing, what I think adds a real value prop for why DeFi has real value and it's not just a hype, is you can be your own exchange. So you can participate in transaction fees in liquidity pools. If you provide liquidity to these liquidity pools, these decentralized exchange mechanisms, you can earn proportional pieces of transaction fees that accrue to these liquidity pools, right? So this is like you can be your own Binance. This is what I love about DeFi. One of these things that really is groundbreaking is we are disintermediating so much of finance these days. And this is why DeFi has real value. So now you can participate in this as being a member of the Zen ecosystem through the STZen channel. Also, as part of DeFi is you can earn these other tokens by providing liquidity to the marketplaces. First for us, because we're working with Stakeout, you're going to be able to earn Hound tokens by participating. And then when we have other apps, like it was mentioned, we're going to be listed on SushiSwap, you will then be able to earn sushi by participating. And we will have many other DeFi apps that we list on, and you will also be able to earn these other types of governance tokens by doing that. So anyway, the last piece of this is that being part of the Ethereum ecosystem comes with a lot of benefits, from the tools like wallets that are available in the ecosystem to now other providers of services in blockchain having a much easier path to integrate STZen onto their platforms. Because there are many services out there, from exchanges to custody providers and so forth, where when our BD team talks to them and we want to get an integration so that they offer Zen to their clients or offer their services to our ecosystem, it is, not insurmountable. We do this all the time, right? Every week we mention new integrations, but they're more costly when you have independent blockchain and independent tech stack that they need to integrate. Here we have a much simpler channel for people across the ecosystem to integrate STZen, because Ethereum integrations are probably the most important integration type across the industry, and now we're part of that. So expect, again, another wave of integrations across the industry, made possible because we have this STZen product. So again, I'll wrap up here, guys, by saying this is just the start. Stay tuned for a heck of a lot more announcements.
That's rough. And now we can open it up to questions. Thank you everyone for contributing. So let's see. The first question is, what is the theoretical maximum transactions per second that a sidechain can utilize? How many transactions per second could the main chain handle from all the accumulated sidechains?
So before I start giving you an answer, I'm opening it up to Alberto so that we can just hear directly.
Wait. Okay, sure. Okay, as I told you before, we went through some estimates in a, let's say, given some assumption, and I mean, with the in a perfect scenario. But just to give you the order of magnitude, we are talking about the order of magnitude of millions of transactions per block. I mean, compared to the major blocks. If you have parallel sidechains running parallel full speed, we estimate around the order of magnitude around 1 million of transactions per block. That is something in the order of magnitude of let's say 10,000 transactions per second in that area. As I told you before, these numbers are estimates. We will go through testing them in a real environment, but currently the numbers are saying that not million transactions per second, but million transactions per minute block, and or magnitude of 10,000 transactions per second. This is the
Yeah, I mean, great question. I wish I had better news, but given the COVID environment that the world economy has experienced, this is unfortunately one of the projects that has been put on hold, and we just don't have any other updates. So now, we're focusing elsewhere.
And the third and final question is, will you now explore integrating Stzen with AVE? Do you don't think you should wait for Celsius? That can take a long time.
So maybe Dean or Casper with this with AVE, but I don't think it's one of our first targets. Just given relationships and low hanging fruit we have. But Casper, any details regarding AVE?
Sure. So we're definitely kind of thinking about them and exploring all the applications, including lending protocols that are out there in Ethereum's landscape. But first, we need to make some of the parts really, then down their success, like getting listed on Sushi, getting enough liquidity and trading over there, getting some low-hanging fruits in terms of integration partnerships. So build up some muscles before we can get the Stzen Launch on big lending protocols and getting some activity there. So definitely something on our roadmap. Probably not the first one we're going to target.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for contributing with your questions. Those were the top 3. We're always super excited and glad to have you all here. And as you know, we do this every Monday. See you guys very, very soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone. You guys just go enjoy the week, remembering millions of transactions per block. Amazing, Alberto. I think you made everyone's week here with that.
What a great way to kick off the week.
Bye, guys.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.